12 Long Island districts are staring down a big decision that could cost them big bucks. But the NTSB says there may be other factors that led to this crash. He said the motor coach penetrated a barrier before it took a tumble down that embankment, as we all saw yesterday. Multiple people were ejected from the bus. The NTSB confirming that for us just now. The maximum sentence for the man convicted in the shooting death of an East Northport father who was visiting his son at college upstate. And these wildfires in Canada have just been burning for days, even weeks now. If this doesn't get better in the coming days, what would your advice be for local communities on the next steps that you should take? If you like hot weather, this was the day for you. I was out watching tennis in Queens yesterday. Right. What a spectacular day it was. It was just perfect. The players were comfortable. We were comfortable in the stands. Just couldn't have been better. If you live on Long Island, there's a good chance you've taken in a concert or two at Jones Beach. This year, an old favorite has some upgrades that you're bound to love. A federal judge has temporarily ended emergency orders in Rockland and Orange counties, blocking hotels from housing migrants there. No matter how much some of us may fight it, we're all getting older, right? Every day we're a day older, but don't worry. So is America. At 39 years old, the nation's median age is the highest it's ever been.
Did he get out of the ticket?
I don't think so.
Probably not.
Mine's been an effort to
Let's put that one away in the files, Sam, because we may need that one. I'd like to hug you because this is going to be the end of this sweaty weather. Volunteers have made all of these allegations against the Brookhaven Town Animal Shelter, but the town says it has the paperwork to prove otherwise. This is a disturbing story. Officers say the boy's father was nearby and had been drinking with the man. According to investigators, this happened at Larry's Barber Shop on East Main Street on Monday. Police made an arrest in a disturbing animal cruelty case. This happened in West Islip. Officers tell us a man tried to kill a relative's dog. Yeah, it feels a little bit better out there, but slick conditions are expected to return for us. For more on that, let's turn it over to meteorologist Samantha Jerry. Sam, are we going to get some rain? And now his family is holding that phrase close to their hearts as they say their final goodbyes to Robert Bush. Heartwarming update tonight to a story we told you about more than a year ago here on News 12. Here's a different way to celebrate summer, a high-end clam bake on the East End. The small district on the East End has had to slash its spending because voters failed to pass its budget not once but twice. A contingency budget was taken up by the board last night. It's more than $1 million less than what was originally proposed. The move will settle a class action lawsuit filed against the Rockville Centre College. It's regarding the switch to online learning after students had paid full tuition. Although students may be eligible for a refund according to that settlement, they could also have renewed access to campus career services and a 30% tuition discount for Malloy graduate programs. In a statement to News 12, Malloy says a third party called the CPT Group will be emailing students who qualify with all of the details. And new tonight on News 12, a 24-hour tournament to support our troops. Tomorrow, thousands of lacrosse players will take over John J. Burns Park for 24 hours. Jaden Woods was sentenced today for the gang-related death of Omarion Jackson. Prosecutors say he shot and killed the teen in 2020 in Hempstead. They say 5 men, including the victim, shot at Woods' home and ran away. Woods allegedly followed them and killed Jackson. The teen was the only one without a weapon. Are you worried about falling prey to a criminal? Suffolk County Supreme Court judge has ordered an exotic pet store called Sloth Encounters to stop selling animals immediately. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, grocery prices went up by only 0.1% in June. The deadline approaching for a giant star to sign a contract. If you're strapped for cash, you may want to check to see if you filed your 2019 tax return. Hofstra University graduates' dream of becoming a lawyer just got cheaper. Sanjita Bhattacharya won the University of Washington Law School's Gates Public Service Law Scholarship. 1 year ago today, the James Webb Space Telescope shared its first set of images with the world, and now it's made a new discovery. There's too many. Too many are great. You know,
right.
You can't really pick a favorite.
That's the problem with an island. It's too much water.
We really are so lucky, and I even like the North Shore and the North.
What do you dread the most about going to the doctor? For many people, it's the wait. 2 Tampa doctors are trying to change that with an app.
Thank you, and you're all set.
We've all been there, the dreaded doctor's waiting room.
I think people waste a lot of time waiting in the doctor's office, and I think it causes extra anxiety.
A place that takes time, something you never get back.
How many times did I leave school early to get to an appointment and not been able to give extra help when all I did is sit here?
It's a helpless feeling for patients and doctors like cardiologist Kevin McCall.
80% of the frustration that patients have with their physicians is about waiting.
That's why he and a fellow Florida physician, frustrated by waiting room woes, designed an app called Doc Clocker, a modern solution to an old problem.
And it's very common in the medical industry that unexpected things happen and you're going to be waiting.
That if all they knew is how long the wait was, they'd be able to better use their time. Some encounters are going to take 15 minutes, some are going to take 45 minutes. I don't know which one is going to take longer.
When one appointment runs long, there's a domino effect.
Hi there. Sometimes my days will start off on time, and then the end of the day I'll be 50 minutes late.
Using Doc Clocker, patients can book an appointment online and see the average wait time for that time slot. The day of, they get real-time alerts about what time they're going to be seen. So we decided to put this to the test. I made an appointment on my phone, and it's showing I have to wait 40 to 65 minutes. On the other end, Doc Clocker co-founder Dr. Eric Carter shows us how anyone in the office can adjust changes to my wait time, and I get an update. I can also start a timer to record my wait time. For people undergoing surgery, the app sends updates from the operating room to a patient's designated loved ones. That idea came from Dr. Carter's own experience.
My father had an open heart surgery that lasted 8.5 hours. So it was my mom, my sister, and I all in the waiting room.
The OR staff can send updates to any family member or friend the patient approves anywhere in the world.
And that's how we came up with the idea. Why don't we allow for this ability in today's day and age to transmit text messages?
That information is encrypted and it vanishes, maintaining privacy.
How nice would it have been if we could just get regular updates every hour, just letting us know what the progress updates are?
Doc Clocker is still new. Just 40 offices are using it, but patients we talked to loved the concept because just like their health, their time is priceless.
And just because we're retired doesn't mean our time isn't important. You know, we've got things to do. We have mahjong, and we have pinochle, and we have book club, and we go to movies with our friends. So, yeah, it's a great idea.
And the doctors worked on the Doc Clocker app with Embark Collective. It's an innovation hub backed by Lightning owner Jeff Vinnick to attract tech companies to Tampa Bay. They come here to enjoy nature, not stare at these. 4 months ago, we started asking why these vessels are being allowed to sit, disintegrate, and sink, and no removal orders were being issued. Today, we're seeing results. It's something people here never expected to see. Rusty old boats being towed away, pulled onto shore, and destroyed. When this crew is finished, 11 boats that called this boat graveyard home for years will haunt these waters no more.
I think it's incredible. I think it's great that we have people out there that are cleaning up the waterways here in Florida and providing a safe habitat for all the animals.
These dangerous eyesores are covered in barnacles, rust, algae, and debris. Many are filled with oil and fuel, covered in peeling paint.
It's crazy. They just let them sit out here and sink, and then nobody does anything with them.
We thought it was crazy too. That's why we've been asking FWC about these abandoned boats called derelict vessels since October. Why are these old decaying boats just sitting in the water and not being pulled out and towed away?
These owners of these boats have the right to due process to contest any of these charges against them.
Florida Fish and Wildlife officers patrol this area. The agency opens derelict vessel cases. This is Pinellas County's property, but until the state issues an order for removal, the county's hands are tied. It can't legally touch these boats. There were 18 derelict vessels going nowhere. A month into our investigation, things started to change.
Soon after those reports came out on the news, we got more notices to remove vessels from that area.
In November, the first 2 removal orders landed on Pinellas County Environmental Services Director Andrew Squire's desk. He hired a crew, and just 3 weeks later, these boats that had been sitting here rotting for years were pulled out. The cost was $11,000. When our second story hit the air in December, things got a lot busier. A flood of FWC orders for vessel removals came into the county, allowing it to change the landscape of the boat graveyard.
So on January 14th, we received 6 notifications from law enforcement to remove 6 vessels from that area. And within the next 6 weeks, we had 3 other requests to remove vessels. So that's 9 vessels in a pretty short period of time.
This boat is one of 9 being pulled out of the water just this week. The orders came from FWC between January 14th and February 21st, after our first 2 stories aired. The price tag on this one, $44,000 for those 9 boats. Pinellas County will foot the bill, then submit it to the state for full reimbursement.
We've removed about 11 vessels from that area since November. To get them all removed in that period of time is not that common.
Squires says the county has received calls from boaters who are ecstatic to see how fast things are changing. The boat graveyard is finally in need of a name change.
These boats can be hazardous to other boats, and to get them out of the water is just a satisfying thing.
Charity called Safe Families is filling an important gap, giving parents in crisis the chance to have their kids cared for while they get back on their feet without involving the foster care system. Here's the story of one mom who says turning to this group is the best decision she ever made.
How many coconuts do you have? 1, 2, 3.
When you meet 1.5-year-old Amelia, hold on to your heart.
Oh, you get it. Whoa!
This toddler will steal it.
KLMN. OPQ.
She is a bundle of energy and giggles, smiley, affectionate, confident, and aware of what she wants.
1.
No.
No. A. B.
But it's what Amelia's mother wants for her that brought her to this home. Amelia's mom is young, single, and overwhelmed. She works 2 jobs and has no childcare. So for as long as necessary, Christine, Bill, and Owen Burrow are caring for Amelia as if she were their own.
There's not anybody that has gone through life that doesn't know somebody who has had a tough time or fallen on their face. And most of them are so lucky enough to have friends or family that can help them achieve their goals and get back up on their feet. But what if you don't? What if you don't have all those resources? We are their outlet. We are their help.
Christine and Bill are part of a program called Safe Families, an alternative to foster care that allows parents to voluntarily place their children into a loving home without having to involve the state.
That can help them achieve their goals and get back up on their feet.
Host families go through the same FBI background checks that foster parents do. But unlike foster families, safe families are not paid.
This is what we teach our children for Christmas and all these different holidays, is it's better to give than it is to receive. And this is the best giving I've ever given in my life.
That gets expensive, but with just one call.
Hey, I have a child coming, or I have a child who came. Could use some clothes, 3 tea.
Christine's village of other safe families shares whatever they need.
And usually within 20 minutes, I have 5 or 6 responses, and within a couple of days, I will have clothes for that child, which is significant.
The Burrows have hosted 26 kids so far, knowing that the break they give just one parent might save a child from being left home alone or with someone dangerous.
During stressful situations, that's when things happen, whether it's abuse or neglect.
Calls come in day and night whenever a parent is in crisis.
There's nothing convenient about it. 11 o'clock at night, somebody showing up at your house with a child and them having to get comfortable before you can even tuck them into bed.
A little more than a year ago, Tamika Taylor was one of those parents. And where were you living?
Between shelters, my truck, my mom's house.
Wow.
It was that way for pretty much the whole year.
4 kids, no job, no hope.
So it started with domestic violence. While I was pregnant with with Eliza here, that's when the troubles, that's when the hardships began. Trying to reach out, trying to struggle to keep a phone on. Better, you know, I didn't have any cash, so it was hard. Being homeless and just trying to find where my next meal was gonna be for my kids.
She heard about safe families and took a leap of faith.
And it was the best decision I could have made.
Placing each child with a family she did not know. 10-year-old Demarius went to live with the Burrows, where he fit right in. What did you like about that family?
How they was kind, generous, and they wasn't really selfish. Owen, he would share mostly everything with me.
He became like a brother to me. He became like
We were like the best of friends, but he was like family, and he still is like family.
Tamika received updates on all of her children.
They came in just like a second family to me and my kids. They showed them so much love. So they made sure to kill all of that skepticism and just overpower it with love and support. And they haven't stopped. They haven't stopped. They've been there.
She also received support on her journey to success.
It allowed me to be able to work. I did find work within a couple of weeks of the kids being gone, and I was able to work. They would even help get me an Uber so I can get to and from work some days.
Within 3 months, Tamika had a job, a home, and her kids back.
It could have been so much worse. They didn't have the help I was needing.
Tamika wants parents who are where she once was to know there's help.
Reach out to safe families. Reach out to safe families. They can definitely help you.
That there are angels among us, like Christine and Bill.
I love those families.
Whose hearts are big, whose doors are open, and who believed in her even before she did.
It felt like magic. It felt really, really good. I'm so happy. I mean, just looking back over what I went through and where I am now, I couldn't imagine it. I couldn't imagine it came out this good. I didn't see it coming, but it came.
It sure did. And by the way, little Amelia, she's back with her mom too, so too successful.
Terry resembled throughout the race, Terry. Thank you. We want to send it to Katie McCall right now at the start line. Katie, what's going on?
Good morning. We are at the starting line. Good morning. Good morning. Tell me who you are and why you're running this morning.
I'm Gina Brodeur from right here in St. Pete, and I'm running because it's my first time qualifying for the Skyway 10K.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What does this mean to you to run in this particular race? This is a special race. This is not just a 10K that we're talking about.
Yeah, you know, to me, like supporting our veterans both locally and nationally, super important. We're so lucky to be in this country in light of everything that's going on in the world today. Couldn't be more proud to be here. Couldn't be more proud to be an American.
Do you have veterans in your family? Anybody who served?
I do. My dad served in World War II.
Wow.
Wow.
So you run in his honor.
Yes.
Thank you very much for his service. Do you have any goals in terms of time?
Finish.
Just to finish. That is an accomplishment. All right. And you're on wave 4. People are really fired up this year.
Yeah, it's a great year. You know, a lot of things going on in the world, so it's a great year to support.
It's nice to see all of this unity, too. This is such a patriotic race.
We have such a great community, St. Pete, Tampa, that no surprise to me.
And we do love to support our men and women in uniform, and we have a lot of active duty military here today. You see people even wearing some emblems of their different branches of the military. Yeah, we've got Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines.
Coast Guard.
You saw the Coast Guard flyover. We had 2 Coast Guard flyovers this morning, guys. How lucky are we to have our Coast Guard here? You know, we had a C-130 aircraft. We had a helicopter flyover.
I was going to say, the heli was amazing.
That was incredible. And I mean, they came pretty darn close to where we were. So it's been a fun experience just to see this for a 3rd time in a row. I wish you all the luck in the world. You're definitely going to finish.
Definitely going to finish.
High five. Go get them, girl. Thanks so much.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Have a great day. All right. We're going to toss up to the summit with Justin and Allison. Hey, guys.
Hey, Katie. Yeah, what an exciting time for that one.